Welcome back to Big Ben's Outdoors, and today is a beautiful day, and I decided I'm going to actually take a lunch break and go out to one of our wonderful local state parks and make myself some lunch. And what am I going to use to make it? Well, I'm going to answer the question a couple of you asked, and is the food in this emergency survival ration pack edible? That's right. We're going to try all of it out. We're going to try out the giant bar here. We're going to try out this thing. We're gonna make a fire using the esbit tab and boil some water in the tin. We're gonna do it all because we're gonna see if it's actually edible and it's actually survival food. And granted, part of this is because just for me personally, for my own uses, I have different stuff I put in my kits, but I really want to find out because if I'm buying this stuff for family members, I want to make sure that it's actually legit and it's actually decent. So we're gonna go ahead and find a spot in one of these in this wonderful park to set up everything and to check out if stuff is any good. I don't know, guys. I don't know why I do this. Oh man, this is gonna be funny. We are obviously not eating all of this today because just this bar alone is 1,200 calories. Okay, I mean, come on, seriously. I'm trying to lose weight here. Ain't gonna happen. But we're gonna find out how good it is and maybe if it has a use for you. Be right back at you when I find a good table and place to set up. All right, welcome back. We found us a nice little park shelter here just because it's been kind of raining on and off the last few days, and well, that's my luck, right? It's going to start raining on us. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out, set him off to the side, and the first thing I want to do is get a fire started, and we're going to boil some water using the little tin and an esbit tab, and yeah, we're going to try as much of this stuff in here as possible. Some of the stuff like the taster's choice, I'm not gonna do coffee right now just because frankly it's kind of messes with me lately. So we're gonna get everything set up here, and I'm gonna go ahead and let me go and get everything out because just as a reminder, the food items that this ration comes with is, you know, the energy bar, this sugar, more sugar, some taster's choice, a bouillon cube, a beef bouillon cube, and some other stuff. If you want to see the full review, it's up there, but I'm going to make sure I have everything out of here that is food related. And we're going to start our fire with yucca matches because they are awesome. Yeah, that's all the food related stuff. So that's all we have to try. So I'm actually going to go ahead and flip you guys around so you can see making the fire. And then we're going to set it off to the side here while we wait for the water to boil. We're going to go ahead and try some of this other stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead. You're going to come around and we're going to check it out. So I'm going to stop messing with the camera. Focus on you guys and flip you around. Okay, we're back. And today what I'm going to be using for fire is I'm actually going to use, this is just a tiny little emberlit stove. It's a foldable stove. This fits into something like this. I mean, it's all foldable. I'm only doing that today because everything out here's wet. I don't want to mess around with digging anything up or what have you. So it's just kind of for the sake of ease of use. But, you know, if you didn't have something like this in your pack with you, generally I have one of these with me. I love this little guy. You could just dig a hole, you know, put this tab in the hole and, you know, set this on top, making sure here, I'm going to put it like this, making sure you have plenty of airflow around it. But let's go ahead and get this esbit tab started. We're going to go ahead and bust it out of there. So we take it out of the package, bust it out. Now, usually, I would say in a survival situation, I'd be breaking this thing up, right? So I could use it 4 times. But in this situation, we're just going to, it's a one-use kind of thing. And don't worry, this isn't going to get hot enough. There's a space between this and the table. It's not going to get hot enough to damage the table. And believe me, this table's seen some things. We're going to go ahead and use yucca match. And if you've never seen these before, these things are great. And this is kind of almost a demonstration of why you need these in your kits. So one moment while I get the striker out. Okay, we're back. We got one of the 2 strikers out of there. And again, if you're not familiar with these are weatherproof matches, so they're wind and water resistant. Look how fast and hot they burn. Look at that. Wow. Burns like a firework. So it's going to, look at that. So it's going to get that esbit tab going. And what I'm going to do is I just have my canteen here. And I got it full of some water. I'm just going to go ahead and fill this up. I got about half a canteen full. So this is holding probably, I don't know, I'd say that's about 16 ounces of water. It's a decent amount of water. So we're going to go ahead and put that there. And while that is heating up, I'm actually going to move it a little bit before I burn myself. While that is getting to a boil, I'm going to go ahead and flip you guys back around, and we're going to try some of this survival food. Oh boy, I can't wait. But yeah, if you're interested, look down there. That's how that, how well that little tab burns. Look at that. It's just going like crazy. Wow. Can you guys see that? Yeah, those esbit tabs are great. So we're going to go ahead and flip you around, and I'm going to kind of keep track of how long that burns. I think those things burn for a decent amount of time, but yeah, I'm going to flip you around. Let's check it out. Okie dokie. Here we go. We're going to try some of these survival foods. All right, first thing up is this. It's a peanut patty good darts. This is sugar and peanuts, if you want to know. And this is the one thing that I think would probably melt if you left this in a really hot vehicle for a while. I don't know though. It feels pretty rock hard. So we're gonna take a bite of it. We're gonna see. Yeah. So it basically tastes like diabetes. It's an interesting thing. If you've ever had those nut rolls when you were a kid, it's basically the sugar and peanut part of that. So I mean, it's 310 calories of pure sugar with just a tiny bit of protein. It's a survival food, right? I'm not going to eat any more of that. I can tell you right now. Let's go ahead and might as well just get to the main event. This is this Mainstay 1200 bar. This has 1,200 calories per container, 400 calories per bar. That's basically, I'm going to hold this up here. This is just exactly what it says. It's a survival bar. It's going to get you through. Is this stuff just a whole bunch of sugar? Yeah. That's all this kit is sugar. And that's okay, because that's kind of what it's designed for. I mean, you generally want some protein for that long-lasting energy, right? But sugar is going to just kind of get you that boost that you need. And that 24 to 72 hour scenario, that'll kind of get you through. This thing is a pain in the butt to open. Oh my God, I'm sitting here. You know what? I'm going to cut back. Oh, there it goes. Finally, I got it open, maybe. Like, maybe that's why they included the knife with this, so you can open this up. Goodness gracious, like, it's supposed to be a tear top, but I mean, come on. Okay. And actually, while I'm futzing with that, we're going to go ahead and do this, because the water is starting to heat up. Where that esbit tab is burning nicely. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to drop a beef bouillon cube in it. And if you're wondering why they include that, that is nice. This is one of the things I actually do have and do keep in kits is bouillon cubes, because we're going to drop that in the water. Let that start percolating. Of course, they're tiny. They got a lot of sodium in them, so they can help you avoid the cramps and stuff like that. But they're really good, especially if it's cold out and you're in even if you're on a hike and you just throw a couple of those in your pack and you do like what I have. I have my canteen cup. Throw some water in one of those and just make a really easy quote unquote soup. I mean, you can even take some little dried veggies with you and stuff. I mean, they do good for that. But in this situation, they're great for a little mental boost, right? If it starts getting cold at night and you're all the rest of the kit is sugar and you need something for that little warmth boost, they're great for that. I mean, it is great for just a little bit of a mental pick-me-up. So that is something I agree with. And we're going to cut back here in a second once I find this razor knife, because I'm trying to use just stuff out of the kit and not go into my stuff. find this razor knife to go ahead and open up this survival ration. This has been hilarious. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do this. So I realize I'm not looking at the camera. Sorry, guys. So yeah, we just got our. Ha! That's why they include this. Or you know, let me go put this stuff back. Be back in just a second. All right, we're back. We got the main of it. The mainstay 1,200 bars. That does not look edible. Look at that. I don't know what the heck this is. Look at that. I mean, it looks like cornbread. I'm scared. I'm honestly kind of scared. No. It's actually not terrible. This actually surprised me. Oh, we're gonna have that. With too much calories. Yeah, okay. So it's like basically like a big sugar cookie. I mean, honestly, that is exactly what this is. It really literally tastes like a big dried sugar cookie. Look, I took 2 little bites out of it. And you got 3 of those in there. So it's basically a chunk of dried sugar cookie that it tastes fine, but it's not bad. I'd rather have this than some stuff I've had out of MREs. Yeah, I mean, it's got a bunch of, I'll hold this up again, but it's got, you know, like 50% of your daily, each serving has, and of course my phone's ringing now and it's vibrating the whole table, so sorry about that. But, yeah, it's got each bar, so there's 3 bars, has 50% of your daily value of vitamin A, 60 vitamin C, 50% calcium, 10% iron. I mean, it actually has some decent stuff in it. Of the stuff in here, the stuff that I would consider putting back in a kit of my own, so far this is probably it as far as food goes. I'm not going to eat any more of it because essentially all this is, again, this is just basically, you can look at the back of this and see the ingredients and see everything on here. Again, this is basically just a big sugar cookie, is what it is. That's not a diss. It's kind of dry, but it's a heck of a lot better than that. The diabetes bar. What else do we have in here? So we have, and this is the stuff we're not going to try. We have just the little, like the grandpa mints. You guys have all had these. Again, the taster's choice. We're not going to do that today. And then we have, oh yeah, we have a big grandpa mint. One of these guys that you get, you know, again, you guys have all seen those too. Little peppermints. Then we got a couple Jolly Ranchers. And these are just literally, Jolly Ranchers are just literally corn syrup, sugar, and like yellow, whatever. These are basically everything that is, this is just for a pick-me-up, right? There's no nutritional value to these things. And the only other value is the fact that they're literally everything else, everything that RFK hates. So, I mean, if you're getting attacked by an RFK, you know, just back, no brainworms, I don't want them. All right, just that's all they're good for, right? Just sugar to pick me up or get rid of a rogue man with brainworms that's allergic to all that stuff. So overall, you know, not bad. And let's go ahead and I've been kind of watching over here at this fire. I'm gonna flip you guys around so you can see. But yeah, there you go. There you can see we've been going for about 10 minutes now. And we're getting toward the end of it, but we're also getting some nice boil on the water. So yeah, you could definitely boil that amount of water, which I'd say is probably, you could get, that's probably 16 ounces of water. You could boil that 16 ounces of water with that 1 esbit tab. I could pretty comfortably say that. So this is another great addition. That and those Yuko matches, I love those. And then, yeah, you can see it's bubbling on this. And, you know, this is probably 6. I don't remember the exact dimensions of this Emberlit stove, but yeah, it's nice in that respect. And yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and finish letting that cook down and boil, and it's hot-ish to the touch. It's not terrible, but we'll go ahead and try that here in a minute. So really the thing with this kit, and this kind of like when you're planning out your survival food, like you have this balance between, keeping it shelf stable, keeping it something like this that you could probably keep this. I would say, I'd comfortably say that this is fine to be stored in a vehicle, especially with this, right? This, if it's extremely hot out, if it's sitting in direct sunlight, this is going to melt. But I think if you had it in like a storage cubby, it's going to be fine. I've been storing this in my garage, and it's been, up to 100 degrees around here. And, the garage isn't air conditioned, so I'd feel comfortable saying that. But when you're planning out your survival food, when you're planning out food for your emergency rations, when you're planning out like a kit that you put in, like for me, I'm more planning on stuff like a hiking bag, like what I take with me when I go out, like today, which is my little canteen carrier. I'm more planning on stuff that's more, this is all sugar. This is all just going to give you a pick-me-up. It's going to give you a boost. It's going to get you through. It's compact. It's shelf stable, but it's not nutrition. Okay. So I don't know. I'm still on the fence about this, but this isn't the point of this whole video. This is to try all this stuff, and you guys can see, this is starting to burn down a little bit. So we're about ready to try my beef bouillon soup. So we'll be back when that's ready. Okay, guys, we're back, and that esbit tab's finally burned down, and it's been about 15 minutes. But we just have our little tin of beef soup here, and we're gonna go and try it. Honestly, of the stuff in here, this is probably, like, I'm gonna just say this is the best of anything in here. It's, in my opinion, it's the first thing I haven't gone trying. Okay, so actually hits the spot. So this is kind of a silly thing. I mean, obviously this is a silly video to check out. I just wanted to try this stuff to see if it was even edible. I can tell you exactly where this is going. It's going in the trash can right behind me. If I could throw it in there without hitting the ground and potentially sugar poisoning a bird, I would. Same with this. I mean, this, again, the whole idea behind this was to try this out so you don't have to, and you can make your own decisions. I would say of anything in this kit, of the things in this kit, these things are a good survival food for somebody that doesn't want to plan it out. For just about anybody, they're gonna be fine with this, right? This will get them through. Again, same thing with the stuff in here, the Jolly Ranch, the RFK repellent, the Jolly Ranchers. All of this stuff is just designed to give you a mental pick-me-up. It's not designed for sustained nutrition or anything like that. That's where you have to make your own decisions and kind of plan your own stuff out. Again, for me, I do things, for me, I have my own kits, but my own stuff. But, like this, I have some Cliff Bars and some, actually, I do have some bouillon cubes and some dried veggies in there and things like that. So when I'm out, I can, make something. I basically always have this canteen bag with me. But, yeah. I'd be interested to see what you think down below. If any of this is useful to you, obviously for your own kit, I'm going to highly recommend customizing it to yourself, trying it like I did. I would comfortably say right now that I am absolutely okay with getting this kit for family members to keep in their vehicles, to keep in their homes in the event of an emergency, because, for just about everybody, this stuff's going to be fine. I'm already getting the hiccups from that sugar. Right in the trash. It's not very good, but yeah, this is, this is what you should do. You should go out in the field and actually test your stuff, actually see if it's good. And I can say after testing the stuff that I'm going to be ordering a couple more of these to throw in vehicles for family members, and I'll feel fine knowing that they'll have them. For me, I make my own stuff. I do my own stuff. I'm actually, part of the reason I did this was because this stuff was probably going to get thrown away anyway, because I'm going to kind of take some of this stuff out of this kit and use it for other stuff. I have no use for this. I'm never going to eat this. I'm never going to eat that unless it was the last thing I had. But I would never eat this, but this thing would probably be fine in a pinch. So There you go. That's been this has been another odd video. I know. We're just out here having fun, man. That's what you got to do. Get outdoors, have fun, have a good time. I'm actually probably going to finish this beef bouillon because it's actually not that bad. But get outside, test your gear, have fun, enjoy nature. And if you like this, or if you just think it's ridiculous and you want to see more of my ridiculousness, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and come back. And while you're down there hitting the subscribe button, check the description. There are some local animal rescues and animal shelters that could use your help, be it with money, time, and or adopting a new best friend, or even better, if you have your own animal shelter. Go there, find a new bestie. Trust me, I just said bestie. I know, I did. I said it. But I'm going to go ahead and get stuff cleaned up here. I will say the nice thing about this esbit tab is that if you run it in the Emerald stove, I'm done now. It's cool to the touch. So we're good to go. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you, especially if you sat through this ridiculousness of a video. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to get cleaned up, head out, and I'll see you in the next one.